My second video, taking horizontally, as my daughters pointed out. Thank you for the critique. I appreciate that. I really do. Today's tip, I'm going to stay on tips probably for a while because I had all these ideas rolling around in my head, even in nursing school. Actually, maybe let's address nursing school first then. ADN versus BSN. There is like one or two master's degree programs that you can go into as a full bachelor's and go. I think it's Columbia and one other one. I forgot. I looked into all of them. I already had my bachelor's from another college from 30 years ago. But ADN versus BSN, I think the first thing you need to answer for that is money. If you got a lot of money, got a lot of time, go BSN. Okay? It will help you in your employment prospects immediately after graduation. Clinically preparation-wise, it depends on the school and the clinical sites and your teachers and your professors. I've seen pros and cons, and I'm not gonna disparage anybody and pump anybody, including my own school. So it's just what I've seen, and again, it's limited. I've only been to maybe like a half a dozen clinical arenas and probably 10 different schools, maybe 12. Comparison BSNs and ADNs and compared them. It all depends on the program and whatever. I went to ADNs for money because of I had at the time 3 children in college. I still have 3 children in college, although they switch places, so it's definitely a money issue. So I had 4 people in college, including myself, and now also my wife is also taking classes. So yeah, money. And I'm still pursuing my BSN later on, but I'm taking a break because onboarding orientation is a whole nother class and a half, especially since I'm in a residency program too for nursing, which I'm very lucky to be in for my facility, my organization. But that's the first thing you have to gauge is money. If you have the money, go BSN. If you have especially if you have a bachelor's already, then it's like 2 years. If you get all your prereqs done. ADN wise, it's more than 2 years. Anybody says 2 years, I'll go in a little more depth in another video, but it's more than 2 years because you got your prereqs. Unless you just happen to have them, unless you happen to be a bio major. I'm hitting on 3 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. But immediately after graduation, BSNs are going to be favored. I don't care what people say. Hey, ADNs are just as respected. Bullshit. Unless you know, and if you know somebody in an organization, doesn't matter. That truly doesn't matter. You have an in then. But ADN to BSN, they are favored. BSNs are favored over us ADNs. I was lucky. I had worked for the organization already, so I had an in that sense. But if you don't, forget it. It's hard. It's going to be difficult. So that's an immediate thing for ADNs. It's just a question of money. If you have money, you have time, you're willing to work the field for a year or so, go ADN and get your experience, get your knowledge, and then switch jobs because that's the norm now. All right. So that's really the first question you should ask for that. Are you in a hurry to get into that position, first position? I would say 90% of the time, or even more, no. You take your time. Even for me, I could have worked somewhere else and jumped ship a year or 2 from now and gone, had my BSN by that time probably, and worked for a trauma center like what I'm doing now. But that's the first question you should ask and answer for yourself.